Thuso, it is great to meet you. Viola, my friend, great to see you again.
Thank you.
Hello.
And by the way, this is our very first interview back on the set here in Houston. So all my coworkers came out and they wanted to say hi to everybody. Okay. We just turned this into a block party. That's what we did. Okay, now I got to work. Okay. Viola, I want to start with you. By the way, congratulations to you both. Just an incredible movie. It's still with me. Saw it a couple of days ago and it stuck with me. And my mind is just like in love with what I saw with this. How physical with this? I want to get that question out of the way. Is this the most physical thing you've ever done? How did you train? No pizza? Tell me what's up.
All of the above.
All of the above. Very, very difficult. Every day, hour and a half of weightlifting. And I had to do heavy weights because they wanted me to bulk up. And then 3.5 hours of martial arts, sprinting, weaponry training, punching, kicks, elbow, and sprinting. I think at one point, Gabriella McLean, our trainer, had me on this treadmill, and I had to look at her because I said, you know, I'm over 50. I could have a heart attack right now. She had me sprinting at, I don't know, 9.4, 10 on the treadmill. It was very physical. And then we were on a meal program. And once we got to Africa, I mean, we were just, because we were taking down 200 plus pound dudes, flipping them over our backs. I had to flip one dude over my back so many times. I'm still feeling it to this day. So it was absolutely, without question, the most physical demanding. But let me just say this real fast. I don't eat a lot of pizza, and I work out anyway. So that's all I was going to say, to let people know.
I know where we're not going when you and I go to lunch next time, okay? We won't do that. Hey, Thuso, my friend sitting next to you, I've known Viola and I've interviewed her for many, many years. Absolutely adore her. But I want to know about the very first time when you found out you would be working with Viola Davis and when you first met her, what were you feeling?
Well, I first met Viola virtually during the audition process. We had a session where she was just having a conversation with me about the script, which was awesome. I think you were still shooting First Lady.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You might have been in your trailer even when we had.
Oh yeah, I may have been.
Yeah,
I have no memory, but I mean, I remember. I remember the meeting. I just don't remember where I was. Yeah.
And then first physical meeting would have been at the Hollywood Bowl. You just
oh, that's right.
Yeah, during the orchestra.
The LA Philharmonic.
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to meet her. So when my team told me, oh, you're going to meet Viola, I was like, you can't just spring that on me, because I wanted to be professional. You know, when she meets me for the first time, she must, not feel like, what's happening? That was great, though. And then working together, trauma bonding and training. That's what ultimately, grew the friendship.
Yeah.
PTSD, common suffering. And it was an overall just amazing experience.
Viola, what is going to stay with you from being a part? And might I add, true story, impactful, a film that is perfect for our time right now. The discussions that I've had with friends that were with me at the screening have gone on and on and on. Discussions that are very important, that are relevant today. What is going to stay with you from being a part of The Woman King?
You know what? I cannot pull out one element of it. It is one experience that I can honestly say every single element of it will stay with me. Going to work and seeing giraffes and elephants, working in the jungles of KwaZulu-Natal, working with Thuso, being able to look into those eyes, and Lashana and Sheila and, Masale, Jamie, Adrian, Shioma, Sia, to be able to work with a group of Black women, young women, and we were seen.
Yeah.
They saw me. Yeah. I saw them. Oh, and one of the things when it started raining and it was going to destroy everything that day, it literally was the worst thing that could happen. And the rain was going on the red dirt, and then all of a sudden there were drummers on the set that started to drum, and all of the extras in background, they began to run out in the middle of the field and they began to dance. Yeah. And they sang this song that was a song about stopping the rain. And it was one of those experiences that was a God experience. It was an experience that couldn't be even defined by words or any sort of earthly sort of definition. Those are not experiences that you get, when you're working on a sound stage. Warner Brothers, You can only get that when you're doing something, and I feel like the word important reduces it. I'm gonna say it divine experience.
Sheila, I will say that it is great to meet you, and Lashana, it's great to see you again. And my man, John Boyega, how are you, buddy?
I'm see you next week, man, at this point.
You know what, actually, because we just talked like a week and a half ago, I'm going to ask you, where are we going for lunch next week? Because this is something we...
This continuous thing for years.
All right, Sheila, I'm going to start with you. Was there a point when you said, what did I get myself into?
Yes.
And I say that because of the historical aspect, but mostly the physical training that I know that everybody went through to do this movie.
That happened every day for about 5 months, which is the duration of the shoot. I'm not gonna lie. And it was kind of twofold, right? There was oh my God, what have I got myself into, because this is so hard. But also, wow, what have I got myself into? I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe they chose me to be a part of this with these people. Like, to be working with Viola Davis, who I'm a huge fan of and is a massive inspiration. Thuso Mbedu, who I had the brief chance to collaborate with on Underground Railroad. Lashana Lynch, who, is a fantastic Black British actress who I've been aware of for so long. John Boyega. It was like, I can't believe my luck. As I've talked a lot about how hard things were, but I also want to say there was a lot of, I'm pinching myself as well, because I just think it's one of the greatest experiences I've had.
Lashana, let's ask about the physicality of this role. How physical was this role for you?
I just got a dry throat listening to you ask that question. So there's still clearly trauma there. It was completely physical. I've never been so physical. I come from a sports background, and I still I don't have the muscle memory for this. I had to create something completely new from scratch. The physicality, the training, the mindset helped me get into the character. Without that, I don't think I would even know Azogi. The training we started, I was shooting Matilda whilst doing this at the same time, doing that in the day, doing this by night, trying to learn weaponry, trying to get a one-pack, trying to see if I could actually physically do this. And the fact that I was able to push in a way, and that we were all able to push in a way that literally changed us forever, meant that we were given something to this film that was a different vibration, something that I hadn't conjured up before. Being on the motherland as well, it gives you another ancestral energy that was able to carry us through the physicality. And without that, I genuinely don't think I would have succeeded in actually doing every take and staying alive. We were living these people. We were fully living out these people's lives, and I'm forever grateful for my body learning how to do that so I can do this character justice.
John, you and I have spoken over the different projects you've done over the years. Everything just incredible, this included. You're a deep guy. We've had deep discussions, you and I have. So I know that this impacted you in a big way, I would imagine. Mm-hmm. How did this, being a part of this, impact you? By the way, you're a great king. I would love for you to be my king at some point. If you ever want to change careers. But what impact did this role have on you personally?
It was healing for me personally, because prior to that, I just wanted to work with more Black people, man. I just wanted to have the culture on set, to see opportunities being given behind the camera, to see performers right in front of me, Black, especially a darker brown skin, because we know about colorism and the way in which they've been marginalized up to date. And so for me to see almost like a mini city of creatives who aren't just there because of who they are, who are there also because of the talent. I was inspired by this. And actually, I was talking to my sister because she worked with me on this as an assistant, and I said, I've never been as inspired. This reminds me of Attack the Block when I first started. have the same energy. I'm coming on set, I'm like, wow, how can she do that? There's an enthusiasm because there's a work ethic on set that it's like, it's crazy and consistent. And so for me, I was consistently just inspired. And I knew that from the beginning that was going to be the case anyway, because Viola Davis, I just, to be honest, just wanted to be on set so she can just say something and give me some advice or whatever. But then to see the way in which our young actresses transform for this and the commitment and devotion for me as a young actor myself, it's inspiring. That's all it is.
Gina, I want to give you an instant review. First of all, great to meet you. But I want to give you an instant review of this movie. Powerful, just action-packed, and total thrill. I absolutely love this film. I feel like I've seen the first of my major awards movies. Don't want to put the cart in front of the horse, but I definitely enjoyed watching this. Thank you for bringing it to us.
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Tell me about the journey to get this done. As I understand, it took years, development, planning, and now that it's here, so two-part question. Tell me about the research and the plan of getting it done. And now that it's here, the relief and the pride that you feel that the world will now be able to see the Woman King.
Wow. Yeah, Viola, Kathy Schulman, they developed it, and Julius Tenen developed it for 6 years before it came to me. That was prior Black Panther. Once Black Panther hit, that absolutely changed perception in Hollywood, changed culture, and it became more of a, let's find the right director to be able to tell this story. And when it came across my desk, I was ready to take a break after The Old Guard. And, but I couldn't. This was a movie I had to do. It was just something I hadn't seen before. It was something I'd wanted to see. It's something I wanted to do. And it was exciting to be able to work with Viola Davis foremost on this and be able to tell the story. And for us, it was absolutely a labor of love, and it had to be because it was really tough to shoot this film. But all of us together, everything everybody put into it, to be able to come out of that with a film that we're proud of is everything.
I should have said at the top, you and I met at the Old Guard. I covered that film as well. So we talked. So I apologize. I should have said, hey, great to see you again. But I'm just so enthralled with this work that you've done. Old Guard, great film as well. All right. You mentioned the challenges and the difficulties, of filming a movie like this. Physicality. How did you get the battle scenes? Were those the most difficult to film, and why?
They were the most difficult because everyone knows those great battle scenes that you love. I mean, Braveheart's one of my favorite movies. I know those battles. So now it's my turn. How am I going to make them feel real and visceral and raw with actors who hadn't done it before? And so it started with certainly Danny Hernandez, our incredible fight and stunt coordinator, and our conversations of, I don't want to use stunt doubles for these characters. I need the actors to do it. Most of them haven't done it before. Can you get them there? And he had confidence. And then in talking to the actors and saying that to them, you guys are going to do your own fighting and your own stunts. And to a T, they all wanted to do it. They all wanted to be great. And they put that work in. It was months of 6 day a week, 2 a days, to be able to embody these characters. But the beauty of that type of fighting and level of training is that it's part of the rehearsal process. It's how you build character. So by the time they stepped on the set, they were ready to battle.
It's such a cliche question, but I think on a movie like this, I have to ask this. Your hopes for this movie. I will tell you that the crew that I was with, which my coworker, my mom actually saw it with us, we had the longest conversation on the drive home talking about the historical aspect, based on true story and the impact that it should have on society, the conversation that needs to happen. Are those some of the hopes that you have for The Woman King?
Yeah, it's interesting. When you make a film, foremost, you want to tell a good story and you want to move people. I think as a director, I want people to be moved. The fact that people are talking about it after, that's everything. All the things that come from that, certainly the fact that it's coming out in this time, in this moment, I don't think is by accident. It's certainly not something we plan. But what I hope it can inspire in not only me and women, but the world, about seeing these women differently, seeing their strength, seeing their vulnerability as strength. So I'm hoping absolutely that this can spark conversation and spark change.
I'm a mama's boy, so you know where I am on that argument and that discussion. Gina, great to talk with you again. Great to see you again. Congratulations on everything. This film is just so incredible and it's so needed right now. So thank you for your time and stay safe. Okay, my friend.
Thank you so much.